Hi everyone, Matt Clarkson from Stone Real Estate in the Hunter Valley, here to do our first market wrap for the first quarter of 2020. First and foremost, we'd like to say that our hearts, prayers and thoughts go out to everyone that has been affected by the coronavirus in one way or another. As I said, all of our thoughts and prayers with everyone there. Let's get into some more positive and real estate related content. The property market and the housing sector crashing and burning, prices plummeting from the sky. It's simply not happening, and I'm going to touch on the statistics and the reasoning as to why it's not, but I would absolutely love to see the media report on something other than just Sydney and metro areas, and we're going to touch on why and the stats behind that. It's not just a general biased comment, I can assure you of that. One of the largest reasons as to why the Hunter Valley is still on the radar for so many people is its geographic location. We're just 1 hour to East Maitland and Charlestown or Newcastle for major shopping attractions. Naturally, they each offer their individual lifestyles for families and so forth. And as for the demographic, we've got a really good mixture of young people getting into the workforce, whether it's local or further afield. We've got growing families, established families, semi-retirees, retirees, downsizers, and a really good mixture of real estate, whether it's larger rural acreages, smaller lifestyle acreages, residential blocks, and a mixture of townhouses and apartments. So it appeals to a very broad market as well. And one question that I've been asked a lot of at the moment is that if people in Sydney, for example, are selling for 5, 10, 15, 20% less than what they were pre-COVID, are they carrying that same buffer to areas like, Cessnock and surrounding areas? The answer is no, and I'm going to elaborate on that because it's 10 or 5 or 15 or 20% relevant to the purchase or sale amount. So if you're selling from Sydney for 2.2 million and you've sold for 10% less, that's $200,000. If you're moving into an area like the Hunter Valley or Central Coast or relocating to other areas, if you do carry that same 10%, it might be 10% of, say, $700,000, which of course is then $70,000. So it is relevant to the sale or to the purchase amount. Interestingly, what we have found, and to somewhat of a contradiction to that statement, is that we're not getting that on local properties. Our office has held over 160 private appointments in the past 14 days. On average, that's 11 appointments per day for that week, and they're phenomenal figures. And what we're finding is that we're getting increased inquiries, increased inspections, and multiple offers on properties because the demand at the moment is far outstripping the supply available to buyers. We've had a number of properties recently going under offer at the top end of our price guide of what the vendor was willing to achieve, or going over the actual asking price. The most recent example is 65 to 67 Wallenby Road in Millfield. This home had 2 buyers chasing it and ultimately sold for $10,000 over the asking price. One thing that I'd actually said to the buyer at the time is that you can place your highest offer knowing and being confident that the market, if you don't buy this home, the market is right behind you. And if that's not reassuring to a buyer, I'm not really sure what is. It's good to know, and it's healthy to know that the market is still there, willing to purchase properties or the same property that you're looking at the same level that you're considering offering. Another 2 examples were from Michael Hurley from our office, who sold number 20 Lambert Street and 20 John Street. Both properties were sold in less than 2 weeks on the market. Both properties had multiple offers, and both properties sold at the top end of the price guide for what the vendor was seeking. I'm going to quickly touch on lending, and this is something that I'm going to produce some more content for you guys on later in the week or in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm going to have a chat with the mortgage broker, is how are we finding lending. One thing that we know for certain is that lending criteria with banks has definitely changed due to the coronavirus, and that's something that we will get some more information for you on. All that I really can say around that matter is that if you do have a pre-approval or you had a pre-approval prior to coronavirus, I would suggest keeping in regular contact with your broker or bank to guarantee that that is still the case and you're still in a position to purchase a property. The last thing you'd want is to fall in love with a home, go to present an offer, and then miss out because your finance isn't in place or there's a few more steps now required. Now I'm going to quickly touch on buying, and I'm having a conversation with a lot of buyers at the moment, whether they're on the database or in the marketplace, that say, well, you know what, we're just going to wait this out. We think the market's going to go down and we're going to wait till the end of the year or to the start of 2021 and reassess from there. You're welcome to do so. In my opinion, on what I'm seeing for local property prices and the interest that we're having and the inquiries that we're having and the offers that are being made, is that you will only end up paying more for property down the track. 160 appointments in just 14 days. We're going to be doing more of these updates and tracking these numbers more closely. They're very healthy, positive figures that are indicating to us, and this is something that we're doing daily, that is indicating that the market is still very strong. We're getting multiple offers on properties, stock that's coming up. We're either selling it to buyers that are on our database, or we're securing a sale within the first 20 to 30 days on the market. they are all indicators that the market is very healthy. And as I said, personally, I believe that you will be paying more for a property by the end of the year or in 2021. Quickly touching on rentals, one thing that we are finding, and there's no hiding, is that it is taking slightly longer to lease properties out. We were average days on market around 7 to 10 days pre-coronavirus. During coronavirus, it's lingering around 15 to 20 days, and that only makes sense. We've got people that are in the properties that are living there at the moment, and if they're moving out, we can't exactly be showing a lot of people through due to social distancing and taking and controlling those measures to ensure the safety of our staff and the people that are both living and inspecting those properties. So naturally, that is starting to bump up average days on market. Guys, thanks so much for watching. My name's Matt Clarkson. I'm from Stone Real Estate in the Hunter Valley. And if you have any questions or general discussion, I would absolutely love to assist you. Thank you so much. Bye for now.